Sharks. My name is Mael Frias.
And I am Saira Frias.
And we are the Frias Sisters and the co-founders of Luna Magic.
Luna Magic is beauty with a Latina vibe. We provide high-quality cosmetics, all at great prices.
And we're all about the 3 Bs. Bueno, bonito, y barato. Bueno, which means great quality. All of our formulas are long-lasting with minimal product fallout.
Bonito, which means beautiful. We have beautiful packaging.
Y barato, which means great prices. Our customers shouldn't have to choose. No, no, no. She deserves to buy it all.
As beauty customers, we struggle to find brands that spoke to us or show Latinas of our skin tone in their marketing. And guess what? Being Latina is not a seasonal thing. We are Latinas 365 days a year, rain or shine.
I wouldn't have
That's
guessed
right, sister,
that.
And Luna Magic celebrates our cultura, our culture in every way, as evidence, for example, in our creative color names like salud, dinero, y amor,
Reggaeton, banda y salsa,
mamacita, papi, y bebé.
y oro, plata y diamante.
'Cause if we ain't blinging,
We ain't living. So listen up, Sharks. We are seeking $200,000 for 10% of Luna Magic.
yeah, and as a special bonus, Sharks, tiburones, we will throw in some complimentary Spanish lessons or
Some salsa classes.
Si se puede. So, who wants him?
Oh,
that's
all right.
great.
So, that is great. I love it.
Yeah.
So all right, so 200,000, so it's a $2 million valuation. You know what's weird? In all the episodes that I've seen over the years, I don't think I've ever heard music in the background like that.
You know, I've got to admit, I think you're right. They
gotta-
did. They absolutely made it salsa, dancing, and usually it's just the Shark Tank music.
Yeah. That's so strange. And for them to do that reminds me of when the New York Giants had Cruz on their team, and the NBC played salsa music when he was dancing in the against the Eagles in the end zone. And you know, Philly fans got so up in arms. They're like, "Why are they playing salsa music to him dancing? Like, they shouldn't be doing that." That's just interesting.
You know, and it makes me wonder if coronavirus wasn't happening, which shark would they have invited up? You know, because I was on an episode with coronavirus, and what I would have done is had someone take something out of my container. But in this case, would it have been Mark because he does the dancing? I don't even know who the other sharks are. I see, you know, it would have been fun if they all did the salsa dancing too.
Yeah,
if they could.
definitely.
As you can see, we're very vibrant in colors, but what I'm really most excited about for you to really touch and feel is our formulations. You have our Uno eyeshadow palette, which is our first collection designed by my beautiful baby sister.
Mabel, are these individual products or is this a package that you sell?
Individual products, yes.
Yes.
Tell us, where are you from?
Yeah. So we are from Washington Heights, from New York City. Our parents are from the Dominican Republic.
We're the first women in our family to go to college, so I was the first one. I ended up going to NYU, and then I went to Parsons Design School for my master's.
What part
wow.
of la República Dominicana?
Santo Domingo.
Santo Domingo.
La ciudad? Right there?
Sí.
Oh, wow.
Sí. ¿Y tú?
Mi papá, San Juan, and my mother, Santiago.
Okay.
Qué rico.
Very cool.
That's it's kind of odd they didn't know where Alex Rodriguez, grew up. That's
Yeah.
I would expect them to know that. I mean, not that they had
Right.
to know it, but just I just thought, one of those things I would think that they would look it up.
Right. If you're from there, you would know, which famous people, where they came from out of your country. But still, I just think it's awesome. Is this like the third or fourth entrepreneur group that I've seen from the Dominican Republic? I mean, it's just, it's incredible. The first generation of, yeah.
So, we essentially took parallel career paths. I went off to corporate America, and my sister went off to journalism school and then makeup school. So she's the queen behind the formulations.
How much have you sold?
So to date, we have sold $16,000 of product sales. But as a company, we've generated income of $103,000 across 3 ways. Again, $16,000 in product sales, $30,000 as a grant, and then $57,000 through a marketing partnership.
Tell us.
Okay, so
And
okay.
They have a $2 million valuation. Isn't that what?
Yes.
Is that what she said? Yeah.
$2 million valuation.
I'm curious. Yeah.
That is tough. I mean, I don't understand why you would take the grant money into account as part of your income. Like, that's not
No.
Generally that's not how that would work. So that is interesting. I think I think the product looks good. I mean, their makeup looks great on them. So
yeah, the colors are very vibrant. When you look at makeup, you want to see the pigment and know how much is going to stay on the skin and how vibrant it is. A lot of them, I think it's something we're moving more into now, where we're kind of more dull shaded colors, probably more what I wear, but I know that these vibrant colors are what is very popular. It looks like Mark. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, it looks like Mark may have something to say about the income since they just said that.
Probably. I mean, you're talking about like more earthy colors, I guess. I mean, I am no color magician or mathematician or anything. But I would say that I think the colors look great. Maybe they have some kind of patent or something or something that's like that enables them to be able to view themselves as a $2 million valuation or a PO, that they could that's like, hey, we just need the money to get this rolling here.
Right. Well, they mentioned, their skin pigment and being different, being, a different group of people with makeup needs. So it could be that there's some kind of matching. I mean, I'm curious to see.
Yeah, let's let them go into it.
Yeah, so basically we partnered with a subscription box company in which we developed our brushes, 300,000 units to go out to that particular customer.
So you sold to them your brushes that they included in a subscription package.
Correct. And to be honest with you, the way that those partnerships are generally structured, you're not necessarily supposed to make money because it's a marketing.
That's what I'm asking, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So my beautiful baby sister, who I call Señorita Wonderful.
Señorita Wonderful. Much better than Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I smell a royalty.
So Señorita Wonderful did a fantastic job of sourcing the factory and also really negotiating for every penny for us to generate a little bit of income.
Good for you guys, yeah.
The part that my sister missed is the purchase order was $498,000,
The
right?
value of that purchase order.
Now,
there you go.
Yes.
From who?
So we're talking about the brushes. We presented the brushes to the subscription box.
Okay, they supplied it directly, and
Exactly.
after all that crossover, you had $57,000 in profit.
Correct.
Yes.
This is probably one of your top.
Okay, all right. So that makes sense. I mean, that's still a pretty small amount of profit to make there on that large of an order, which is probably why they needed said grants and or other income or money to be able to pay for those brushes. Now, what I'm curious about is what's special about the brush? Why their brush versus literally any other brush that's, I mean, I don't know how many brushes there are in the makeup world, but I imagine there's already a pretty flooded market of that.
Right. You would be surprised. There's cruelty-free, there's animal hair, there's synthetic, there's different angles, there's all sorts of things. But as part of the subscription model, I mean, do they get new brushes every month? A brush is something that I tend to hang on to. I mean, I'm like you said, I'm now like, what is up with these brushes? It must be incredible.
Top sellers, right?
Yes. And I would recommend for you to swatch the green one. It's called Dinero.
So if I just go onto your site, what does this cost me?
It's $26 retail.
And what does it cost you?
$3.40 landed.
So those are great margins,
Yeah.
which is why this industry
Always.
is so competitive, but it's a giant task to acquire customers.
So I'm happy to announce that although we've only had $16,000 of product sales this year, next year we're projected to generate $1.1 million because we're going into Walmart.
Based on what? Yeah.
But we're going
Yeah,
into
based
Walmart.
on-
Oh, hey, look at Laura's face, right?
Wow. Yeah. That's a great store for them too. I think with their product and trying to reach out to a number of different, people, groups of people, I think that Walmart is fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the distribution that they have and the diversity of the markets that they're in absolutely is wonderful for them. And if they are actually, we're gonna find out they're actually going to go into like every Walmart, or are they like, we're projecting 1.1 because we're going into like 5 Walmarts across like 2 states or 1.5 states or something like that. But we don't know because, I mean, according to this comment from Yusuf, apparently, I make the videos to spoil them because apparently I've watched them before, which is absolutely not true. Any of the old ones I did watch, 6 or 7 years ago. It's been a long time since I've watched any of those pitches, and any of this season, and the last like 2 to 3 seasons I have not watched yet. So I'm trying to look smart and I'm just spoiling the show. No, I'm just really that educated and up on what's going on in the show. So I apologize if this spoils this for you, but the goal here is to give my Biz Coach reaction and my guest Biz Coach reaction to the pitchers, and in some cases, make light of the Sharks or make light of the situation.
Well, and that's something I appreciate, Joe, because I happen to know as a fact that the Sharks have no idea who's walking in front of them, what they're pitching. They may see what's on the stage. They may be able to tell a little bit about it before the person walks out. But you can tell it's genuine. They truly don't know. They're not looking it up on their phone before the entrepreneur walks out there. And the same with you. I think if you truly had seen the episodes before, you would be able to tell, because I've listened to your comments and on episodes that I have seen before, and you're either way off, which you wouldn't be if you had seen the end. And the producers, what they do is they deliberately kind of misguide you before the commercial, before they, the halfway point of each segment. So, you're definitely going straight into what the producers want you to think. And then at the conclusion, it's like, now I see. But no, you can tell just like the Sharks. And that's what makes this so much fun. When I watched your critique of my episode, I had just seen my segment air with the rest of the world for the first time. So I had no idea what of the hour and a half they were going to show. And so right after that, someone in my group, my little party, found your podcast, and so we watched it together. But what it gave me is, so this is what a person's thinking while they're watching it for the first time, and I think that was very enlightening.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. We do get a lot of comments about how I talk too much, or I need to just shut up and play the episode. No, dude, go find somebody else's channel. I appreciate you watching and commenting, but at the end of the day, if you really don't like it that much, it's okay. This is the internet. It's a black hole of information. Go find somebody else. It's not going to hurt my feelings. But. Let's find out. Before we jump in this, I wanted to point out, I liked how they kept their ace up the sleeve, right? They didn't come out and be like, oh, we got Walmart, everybody. Like, hey, ding, 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 ring the bell, hit the celebration. Walmart's in the house. Yeah. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. And good on them for that, because what you're doing is you're giving the Sharks an opportunity to not get blindsided out of the gate, like with the flashbang, like Walmart, boom, like everything's, let's go. So you're kind of like bringing them into the story. And as an entrepreneur, you always, as a business owner or entrepreneur, as a marketer, as literally anybody who wants to be surrounded in business, storytelling is key, right? And by giving everything up all at once, you're basically leaving them no reason to talk to you.
That's right. I agree completely.
Bring it to Walmart in retail.
Yes. How many Walmart stores? So we have 2 programs that we're working towards. Our first program is 1,538 stores. Our opening.
That's half a roller.
And the second one is the testing for the end caps.
When you say testing for the end caps, what do you mean? So basically, we're doing a 6 weeks test of our capsule collection. What's on the table right now is between 350 and 800 doors.
Who is your logistics partner going to be for this deal? Because I have lots of companies that sell Walmart.
Really?
It is a challenge to keep up with their logistics, because you're going to 1,000 stores.
Quite frankly, we're vetting suppliers, but that's why we're here.
We're here for help.
So yeah, she, her little sister, I think she said, she is absolutely Señorita wonderful. Being able to do that, I don't know, Rebecca, have you ever watched? There was, I think a documentary or something on like MSNBC, I think it was MSNBC, like forever ago, about like pitching Walmart. And them walking into like these long hallways with just like little offices or like meeting rooms basically, and you're just like walking in like, okay, we go down to room number 22. You go in there and you have like 3 minutes to pitch this idea. I think it was either that or it was Beyond the Tank. I think took which was part of Shark Tank, took you behind the scenes to Walmart and how they do these pitches. Have you ever seen anything?
No,
That?
I have not seen that, but now you've made me curious. I definitely want to see that. No, it's very intimidating, and I believe 90% of it is on purpose. They want you to be off guard, want you to feel like, and it truly is a wonderful opportunity to work with Walmart, but they definitely want your prices low, and so you've got, there's so much to take into consideration when working with Walmart. So
absolutely. Yeah, and that's one of the downsides, right? It's like, oh, we're gonna have this awesome product, but yet, they're gonna squeeze you down to the absolute bare minimum that you're able to produce and make any money, if not break even, to make that happen.
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's real tough.
Yeah.
How much money have you raised or put into it yourself?
We've invested $250,000
wow.
of our own savings.
How'd you save so much money?
We've been working since we're 14 years old.
I love it.
Good for you guys, man. That is
Brilliant, beyond impressed.
Unbelievable.
Let's talk about the Walmart box. It retails for $5. We decided to give them the $26 eyeshadow palette in their Walmart box. We gave them $10,000.
So it was a $30,000 investment. What we had intentionally decided is, hey, we will give you this as an investment, as a marketing cost for us. In exchange, let us in the program.
Then they give you over 1,000 stores?
We got 4.8 stars of customers saying, we love this product, we're so excited.
Can't believe there's a Latina
And
owned
that's
brand.
what
I love the hand motions here.
They're in sync for sure.
The Sharks seem pretty shocked that this is how they were able to get themselves foot in the door. I'm impressed. Look, $250,000 is a lot to develop anything. Like not anything. I take that back. Not anything, but it is a lot of money, especially to sink savings into it. But I mean, if the product is really that good and they're getting 4.8 stars out of it, then I think that they're on to something here.
That's right. But, and you're the business guy. I think that there's a plan. You don't go into Walmart losing money. It's a stepping stone to something else. So is there also an idea to sell these online, or how they hinted a little bit ago about a subscription model? So there's something that they're smart. They've got something going on that we haven't heard yet.
They said their cost was like $360 landed, but they're selling it for $5, so they're probably not making like any money right now by the time they ship the thing. But it's hard because it's hard to go up in price, right? And that's the thing, when you're coming in, you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna sell, or if they're selling it over the counter at $5 versus if they're selling at the Walmart, because then they could sell it for $10. But if they're selling over the counter at $5, there's not a lot of room to go up there.
Yeah.
It's hard to go up, and that could end up squeezing them. But you know what? It's not hard to do. Listen to Rebecca tell you who she is, what she does, and how you can get in touch with her.
Hey, I'm Rebecca Romanucci, and I was recently on Shark Tank season 12 this season, and episode 19. And my product is Dyno Safe, DYNO Safe. And you can check us out at dynosafe.com. It's a control container that secures to the home. It's IoT smart, and it's the patented container that allows you to order perishable items like groceries and medicine and all other items and keep them safe from theft and safe from the elements. That's
Absolutely. And you totally should go check that out. If you want to grow your business's profit, go over to superjoepardo.com/rocket and get my free PDF guide with 5 proven methods that I use to grow the profit of the businesses that I work with one-on-one. Superjoepardo.com/rocket. If you want to get at me, I'm down in the comments all the time. Like this comment from Yusuf, who the comment got deleted, Yusuf, before I got to see it, because I would have totally replied to it. I wanted to see what the end of the comment comment said. Unfortunately, I guess you deleted it or YouTube deleted. Apparently, YouTube has a history of deleting comments according to other people I've talked to. So I don't know what happened, but just so you know, I saw it. It's here. I'm not afraid of the feedback that we're getting. Please feel free to give me your feedback or at Super Joe Pardo on all social media. Now let's see if they can paint up their way, or I don't know what the makeup term, powder their nose way up to a deal here. I think they will. I have a good feeling about this.
Convince them to give you 1,000+ stores.
Right.
Exactly.
Do you have to pay for the end cap position?
Yeah, we're paying for the end cap. So
How much you paying?
$65,000.
Against an order of what for the end cap?
The total order will be $360,000 minus $65,000 minus the cost of product is about $200,000.
How much cash do you guys have in the bank right now?
$157,000.
Okay, let's take a step back here. Because you guys are all in on this, right? You have $157,000 left. You just told us that you were going to have to buy $200,000 worth of product.
Correct.
Plus $65,000 for the end cap. You don't have $265,000.
No. Well, that's what we're here. We're here for
Guys, in order
And they're gonna need a lot more money than that. If because that 200,000 is already spoken for, and pretty much 2/3 of the money they have in the bank. That makes it really tough. Now, one good thing is, I don't think at this point that their valuation is unreasonable at $2 million. I don't think they're going to get to that though. And the reason is because they're bleeding. They're effectively bleeding money right now. And even though they have the sales to do, to be able to say like, well, by next year we'll be at at least 2 to 3 million at the very minimum, maybe more than that. Without doing the numbers, I think that. I think if someone's going to be interested, they're probably going to want closer to 20% for the 200,000.
Right. And but again, what do we know? We're seeing what Shark Tank producers are showing us at this point,
Always.
but it is making me feel that they're going to need more money. So is that another raise, or is it more money from an investor, whoever may invest in them? But who's probably going to bring this out, Mark, but also Lori is really going to cut right down to what is it you need and how much, next year are you going to need? Because right now it's not sounding, but, could just be the producers doing it this way. But right now it's not sounding like they have enough to fulfill what they have agreed to do. Even.
Yeah. I mean, well, there's also Alex too. I mean, he'd be a wild card to see if he, is falling in love with the product and wants to get involved.
In order to get there, right, it takes a lot.
Yes.
Right, not just financially, but organizationally. There's going to be specific needs there to fill in those gaps for you that I think are going to be challenging. I just can't get there, so for those reasons, I'm out.
Thank you for your time.
In 12 years of Shark Tank,
I mean, they probably didn't want Mark anyway, honestly. He probably wasn't going to be the right partner for them.
I have never, ever seen a company at so early stage as yours that has both an end cap order and a 50% regional rollout in Walmart. You need a logistics partner in a brutal way. You're like the classic, you've gone out fishing on a little boat and you caught a whale and it's just dragging you right down to the bottom of the ocean. And you're hanging on, you're trying to reel it in and it's saying, I'm going to eat these two girls when I get down here.
Wow.
Oh man.
Oh, I can't wait to see what she's going to say next, because I feel like, hey, you haven't heard what my plan is. I mean, she looks very smart and very savvy, and she's got a plan. She's on a mission.
Look, if I think Mark brings up a good point, and I think Kevin brings up a good point that like they do need a lot more than just money, right? Money's not going to solve all the problems here. I mean, maybe if you had a limitless sack of cash that you could just keep throwing at the problem. But that's not really going to solve the problems that they're going to run up against with trying to scale that much that quickly on a product that they've previously have only sold $16,000 of before that. And the brushes, I mean, the thing about the brushes is, again, it's almost not this, it's not the same product. It's not like it's part of the product, but it's not the same product. It's like being, and then quality control and all that like falls into it. So trying to do all that is definitely a task. So maybe Kevin gives them an offer here for some kind of debt option and more money in the future. But I don't know. I don't know if he believes enough. I don't know. He should, because they seem like they got it going on here.
Impressed, but boy, do you have a nightmare ahead. I'm out.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, Barbara.
Anyone?
Oh, no.
I love the story. I love the hustle. I love Dominican, Washington Heights. I like everything about it.
No.
Unfortunately, we're in the business. Jen and I can't do it. There's a conflict. So for those reasons, I'm out.
Well, there goes that idea. There goes a wild card out the window.
Yep.
Thank you.
We understand.
What is your order with Walmart?
400,000 PO value for looking at both programs.
Okay, $400,000. You have how much of that cash?
We have $150,000 in the bank.
So why are you here only asking for $200,000? Runs a little short.
Well, we were hoping that in talking to you sharks, we could find maybe different ways. Meaning, we're open to a little bit of equity, a little bit of PO financing, line of credit.
You came in asking for $200,000. It's rare that the sharks say, "Let me give you more money."
Oh, okay. So it's not. First off, it's not that rare. Okay, I can think of a few examples off the top of my head, but there's also, they would get skewered if they came in and was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do 1.2 million by the end of this year, even though we've only sold $16,000. Believe in us. Hey, we're going to the moon, baby. Let's go." I think that it's tough. Like, so Rebecca, I would like you to kind of give a little insight into when you're trying to figure out what the valuation that you want to go in with, because at the end of the day, you're not going in and saying the company's worth $2 million. Like, you are in a way, because you're saying, oh, 200,000 for 10% is the offer, but it's like, it's kind of counterintuitive, because like, oh, you could come in and be like, oh, I don't know what you got, whatever you guys want, it's for sale, it's $2 million. Oh, you make me an offer. It doesn't work that way. It's the opposite, which makes it kind of tough, because you don't want to come in too high, you don't want to come in too low. So now I'm going to shut up, as the comments have told me to do. Rebecca, please enlighten us.
Well, I in order to, when I did a lot of preparation before I walked out into Shark Tank. Now, I knew my valuation was more like 4 million, but of course I didn't ask for that. I truly wanted a deal. I wanted, I've taken the business, very far on my own, and I am truly looking for that strategic partner. So I honestly looked at all offers up until season 12, what the average, the ones that actually got a deal, what number that was. And, so if you keep it around $1 million valuation, you're more likely to get, a deal with a shark. And it still gives you the opportunity to generate buzz between the sharks and try to get it to even be higher. But the number one thing that can kill you is asking for too much money, because no matter what they do with the equity, that they're either taking your whole business away, they're going to, end up owning your business. And I don't really believe that the sharks want to do that. So you have to be careful with what you walk out. Now, in this case, I honestly don't think $200,000 was too much. And I think, maybe what could be said right here is we're here to make a deal, offer us something, which I believe she is saying that. If I were a shark, I would be saying, do I trust in them? They need to be selling themselves. So do I believe in them? Which, man, they're go-getters. I mean, Walmart, and so early. And do I believe in the product? Is there a need for it? Is this really a niche? Is this really going to expand? As Mark says often, am I going to make $100 million off of this? And how much time will that take? And so that's what they're probably asking themselves right now.
Yeah, because they have to be able to recoup their money at some point. Like it's not a $5,000 lunch,
It's not the charity tank. Yeah, it's not the charity tank. Though you do see some deals, like Mark, when he really believes in the entrepreneur, he may say, hey, you know what, this is really not going to make a lot of money, but I believe in your mission and I believe in you, and I want to give you and encourage viewers to follow, your passion. So, he has a couple of the sharks have definitely made deals when it may not be clear that they're going to make a huge profit off of it. But in this case, I think they're looking at this purely from a business standpoint. And, do they see that they're going to make $100 million in a year or two?
Yeah, and I think a great example of that is Jiggy Puzzles, right? That's a great example of, not that the company wasn't making money, but he even said in this episode, I'm here, I'm investing in her, because if the puzzle thing dries up tomorrow, we're gonna go kill it with something else, because she knows what she's doing. So
right, and yeah, many of the sharks said on that segment that, how do I know that this isn't just so popular right now because of coronavirus? And that's a great question. Though I know that the whole puzzle industry has really taken off in the last 4 or 5 years, so even before coronavirus. But she was amazing. She knew her business. She's enthusiastic. She had a plan, and I was wanting to invest in her. Puzzles or selling jacks. I would have believed she had a purpose. Yeah, a good.
We're bringing
business
jacks back.
person. Yeah, I love jacks.
Me too.
Except for when you step on them.
Are you open to taking more equity?
Oh, I'm always open to taking equity. I love you guys, but you confuse me. I was sitting here, I rewrote your numbers 9 times. The business is a little bit of a mess, probably more than I'm even picking up right here. But
yeah, you know what? And good on the editors for kind of showing that, because like the way they've structured these deals, this is like one of the more complicated like explanations of a business, the numbers of a business that I've ever heard, for sure.
Right. And you know what we just demonstrated, because I haven't seen this, we just demonstrated that we've had the same struggle as Barbara at this point, because we have been, now I'm not clear, what was the subscription? What are the numbers? Was it 2 million? I mean, you and I have been going through the same things that the sharks look like they're experiencing. So
yeah, good on the editors for being able to keep that intact, to tell that story.
I like you, and here's my offer. So I'm going to give you the $200,000.
25%.
Wait, do I really want to do that?
Oh, Barbara. Oh, see, I'd be talking right now. Barbara, you want to work with me?
So it's hard because you don't want to over talk yourself out of a deal, which is a common thing for people to want to do. The old adage was, the first to talk loses, right? But I think that it's also hard to tell, again, because it's edited down, right? We're not seeing the entirety of everything.
Right. Well, I'm sorry, but in this case, with Barbara, in this case, you often see that they can turn a shark back around by saying, look, this is why you want to invest in me. I came from this, and I've done this, and, I'm determined, and this is going to work. And, I think Barbara's screaming, I want to hear that from you right now. And they delivered it in the beginning, but she just needs to say it again. Look, we're passionate. We're going to do this. Join us,
Yeah. No, well, this freeze frame.
Yeah.
While she's thinking, I am impressed by everything you've done. And I know how hard it is to do cosmetics, but I am invested in something else that is a cosmetic line, and I don't want to be at conflict. So I wish you the best, but I'm out.
Oh, no.
Thank you. Thank you, Lori. Thank you.
Well, before we find out if Barbara's going to give a deal to these lovely ladies here, I would love for you to smash that like button if you made it this far into the video, so we can get this video in the hands of more super entrepreneurs like yourself, and get subscribed so you don't miss another one, another Biz Coach Reacts video. We're going to check out the website after we find out if Barbara decides to give them a deal.
I mentioned you were slightly messy in your explanations on the finance. That worries me. But I'm the most organized person I've ever met. So I can help you with that. Get your house in order with great clarity. Okay? So I'm going to offer you a greedy offer, but it's
33%.
Up to you. I'll give you the $250,000 in the form of only a credit line to fund your orders, because you're going to need $250, not $2. And I want 30% for that.
30.
I actually think that makes sense for you.
What? What? That is hilarious to hear Mr. Wonderful say something like that. And it's not his deal that he's offering up.
You are, I have a hurricane right now. I have companies that are struggling with a third of the exposure you have to Walmart, just trying to keep up.
Well, let's actually talk about what other additional things we've been doing to market ourselves.
Oh, here we go.
I'd love to hear a response to my offer first.
Oh, sorry.
I think it's the only offer, by the way.
Okay. This hurts.
Does it include the potential opportunity of future PO financing as we grow and prove ourselves through in the business?
No problem at all. I never mind funding any of my partners as long as the orders are there.
You get 30% no matter what.
Oh, I get 30% on day one.
Okay, can we counter? I know it's the only offer, but if we were an entrepreneur...
Be careful.
No, I'll tell you why. I've walked down the path with the big box stores with many, many products.
Okay.
And Mr. Wonderful, for once, is right. It's a hellhole.
Okay.
You have to know who to talk to, when to pull back. It's so complicated. It's a royal pain in the neck, okay? No, it's a lot of work on my part.
I think you have to make a decision. You guys are owners.
Yes.
Barbara's a great partner.
Yeah.
Cece, go ahead, Cece. Barbara, you have a deal.
You got it.
Yay.
Great partner, by the way.
Good partner.
Yeah. It should be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we underestimated how difficult the Shark Tank is, but we're very grateful that we walked away with a deal. I mean, obviously the word messy was a little bit of an ouch.
I love her.
That we don't take things personal, and the fact that she invested is going to help us clean it up.
That is going to be hard work.
She's not going to let go of those words.
Because they hear the name Walmart. Walmart wants us.
Look, when they came in here, I thought they were selling pizza.
No, that would be something. Actually, I was just told about a local Mexican restaurant that offers up pizza, and apparently it's really, really good. I'm looking forward to trying it out. So let's check out their website here. Buy now, pay later, available at checkout. Walmart store locator. They have a slider here, and the slider shows that they were seen on Shark Tank. So, which is good. I like how it's, it's maybe a little over the top than I would prefer, like kind of sprinkled in there. But they did get a deal with Barbara. Oh, they have their own T-shirts too. So they're selling those shirts. They weren't just for the model, for the models. Let's see. So all right. So
it's
so
very
this is
clean.
$16. Yeah. It's definitely clean.
I think that's a very low price for makeup with that type of pigment, and it's very colors that are very fashionable right now. $16.
I know my wife spends more than that every time she buys. I mean, she doesn't buy makeup that often, but maybe twice a year. And it's definitely more like 50 or something like that. Yeah.
You got it. Yeah, and so it's in the Walmart store online, which is I believe there's
locator.
I think it's Walmart is becoming more like Amazon, so creating stores that people can sell in, but they also have in-store end caps, which is great.
Apparently they need to see my location, which of course that location is incorrect, but hey, whatever. So I can get it in my Woodbury one or Eddystone, Pennsylvania. So they're not in every Walmart, because there's definitely other Walmarts that there's another one in Deptford, which is like literally like the same town as the Woodbury one. We have two Walmarts in one town. But it's still extremely impressive. Very happy for them. They have their pitch here, and congratulations to them. And I'm looking forward to big things from them. It looks like they got eyelashes too.
Yeah, they're definitely expanding, which is great. Once you have a happy customer, they want to just shop and they trust you. Loyalty. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love their colors. This is very clean looking.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of what they're doing here, and I like to see that they're expanding the lines.
Oh, look.
And the prices seem more than reasonable. I think. I don't know.
I love their colors. I'm gonna have to get some. Look at that teal. Yeah, I'm gonna check them out.
All right. So, and what you should check out? That like button below and smash it and turn it blue so that we can get this video in the hands of more super entrepreneurs like yourself. And make sure you get subscribed so you never miss another Biz Coach Reacts video or the Tank Tales, which today, when we're recording this, Bunch Bikes, Aaron Powell went live with his interview with me talking about his product. And tomorrow on Wednesday at noon, I'll be doing Super Lunch, which I'll be breaking down a business soup to sandwich through all their social media, reviews, website, everything. So come join me for lunch this Wednesday and every Wednesday at noon Eastern. For Rebecca Romanucci, I'm Super Joe Pardo. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Thank you.